Greetings, fellow Kenyans. I'm Justus Juma, party leader of Justice and Freedom Party. Where we went wrong with COVID-19. COVID-19 was a pandemic that swept through the entire globe. It's a tsunami that brought several economies to their knees. And a number of governments handled it successfully, and some have mishandled it. And it was an opportunity, and it still is, opportunity for us as Kenyans, or as a human community, to make history. And on the background that every crisis can be used positively to create history that our children can learn through, or our next generation can consult us about, but also we can choose to mismanage and lose the point. And unfortunately, as it stands today, when this pandemic came, there were various approaches that it could be handled through. Normally, the essentials of health are from the primary, the secondary, to the tertiary. And from the primary is where the community is. Secondary is where we have the isolation center and the hospitals. And the tertiary is where we had the treatment, the vaccine, and the curatives, and the aerators. And the most effective health essentials normally are on the primary level, where you prevent, where you equip, where you enable, especially the primary, the public, the community. Unfortunately, our approach has been inverted. The government focused more on the secondary level, where they are focusing on the isolation centers, the hospitals, and they're focusing on the curatives, which they've not even found to date. The world is talking about vaccines. Kenya has not presented anything on the table. And this inverted approach has cost us a lot. If the government could accept and embrace the call of partnership by both the public and the private sectors, then this thing would have been defeated several months past. Because without public participation, the only person who can flatten the gap is the citizen. If the citizen is not involved, then whatever effort that the government is engaging on is all null and void. And these are the things that has bled this thing this far. Over and above, we did recommend, yes, when the private is involved, then the citizen, we were able, and we did, some of us did a lot of relief activities, giving food and supporting the weak and the vulnerable, offering counseling and opening opportunities, and partnering with individuals who could provide PPEs. And all this in areas where we engage actually brought a lot of effect. Unfortunately, the policy level where the government was to involve in protection of jobs, in protection of economy, in also future mechanisms to fight this pandemic, actually these are the areas that failed us. Because when you look at the loss of jobs have been enormous. And to date, companies have laid off, and they're still laying off. Whereas the mechanisms which the government could put in place to cushion companies, provide loan holidays, and make sure that these are suitable environment for companies to retain their employees. But as we talk to date, this government is not concerned about its own citizens. It has sacrificed Kenyans. Kenyans have died. Kenyans have lost jobs. Kenyans have been kicked out of their homestead like dogs. And this is not what the government this is not what the citizens should go through when they have a government of the day. And fellow Kenyans, we must remain vigilant. And since we've been on our own, we need to continue on that track and make initiatives and activities that are geared towards protecting us and also advancing us out further. And this is why we're reaching out to you as Justice and Freedom Party, because never again in the next future government that we will form will we have such occurrences. But to get there, we have to collectively come out together and sensitize each other and build up the momentum that shall take this government home. The number of governments who have come with imperial and impunity initiative, which to date, some we've seen, for example, the US, they've sent down all their, the most powerful president. And in Kenya, this is a hope for us, that we can send these guys home. So let's take initiatives and collectively take responsibility, even as you wash your hands, as you use your masks. Let's do these things with a hope that come 2022 election, we shall not be under such careless individuals who do not actually sacrifice the citizen at the mercies of their own tumbocracy. And this is very sad. Let's take responsibilities and bring to the table, and Justice and Freedom Party is going to support you to bring leaders who can fill you, leaders who can serve you, leaders who can stand for you, so that we may have a new dawn in this country of Kenya. Thank you.